Hi everyone, so today I'm going to talk about mindset. I've been asked to do a video about mindset. It's really hard to do a video about this because there's so many different elements to mindset and your weight loss journey. So I'm just going to go through the key elements that helped me. Number one is the scales. The scales will not always reflect your hard work or your progress. Your body fluctuates with water for lots of different reasons. So it's really important to look at your weight and your progress over 4 weeks, because there will be weeks you step on the scales. I lost 3 stone in 13 weeks. And in those 13 weeks, I stepped on the scales and I saw 1 pound at least 3 times. I also saw bigger losses, but if I'd have been focusing on that 1 week, I would have literally lost my mind. There was another week where I stayed the same and I really didn't deserve it. I never went off plan. But the thing is, number two is that when the scales are not showing you what you want, that is an opportunity for you to develop your mind. So this journey is not just about your physical change, it's about a mental change. And we work on our diet and we work on our body, but we rarely take time to work on our mind. Now, when the scales do not show us what we want, that is the world's way of giving you the opportunity to develop your mind, because there are key principles that you're going to need, key skills that you're going to need to develop, and attributes in order for you to get to your goal and stay at your goal. These are patience, discipline, believing in yourself, having faith. All these different things are going to get you to where you want to be and keep you there. Now, when them scales don't move and you deserve them to move, most of the time we want to quit. Now, this is when we have the opportunity to develop these muscles and see it as a test. So just as I was about to hit a stone bracket I'd not seen for years, and it was so important to me. I'd been absolutely golden. I was half a pound away from entering into this stone bracket, and I stood on the scales and it stayed the same. Now, in that moment, we do have a tendency, and I have in the past, to spit us dummy out and to just be like, I deserve more than this. Like, I've stuck to my diet. I deserve to lose weight. And then it makes us feel like we want to quit. This time round, I just saw it as a test. Whenever you up level in life, things always get worse before they get better. And I always think that when you go through a bit of a rough patch, and I saw this as a rough patch in my journey, that is like you will get tested to see if you're ready for the next level. And this is how I always look at it. So I looked at this and thought, right, what is it teaching me? It's teaching me patience. It's teaching me discipline. It's teaching me tenacity and persistence. All the things that I need to get where I need to be. And I thought, do you know what? I am going to prove that I've got all these things. And I kept going. The following week, I lost 4 pounds and I sailed into that stone bracket. But in times gone by, I would have wanted to quit. I'd have thought, do you know what? I'm going to go and have a kebab. I may as well. I've done all this work, I've spent all this money, and I've not lost a thing. What is the point? There is every point, because we will always get opportunities to develop our mind, and lessons get sent to us, like the scales not doing what we want. And this lesson gets masked with us wanting to quit or wanting to cry or getting upset. Whenever those feelings come to you that you want to quit, you want to cry, you feel upset, that is a test. So change your mindset and think, right, what is the world trying to teach me in this moment? What attribute in me is it trying to develop so that I can succeed in the future? And when them scales stayed the same for me, I knew that patience and discipline were 2 things that I needed to flex and develop more than anything else. And that's where I had in the past struggled. So I thought, you know what, this is just showing me that. So just stand still whenever you want to quit, whenever you want to give up, when you feel sad, when you want to cry and stamp your feet, just stop and think, what is the lesson? What is it teaching me? What is the test? Pass the test and you'll get to the next level. It's like a game, like on computer games. Just pass the test, you'll get to the next level, the scales will then move and you'll be on your way, and then you'll get sent another test. So there's that. What else mindset wise? Your why. This is really, really important. Most of us, our why is that we want to fit in a skinny jeans. Now, let me tell you, when you've got a bottle of Prosecco and a takeaway in front of you, and the thought of getting in your skinny jeans will take a hit, and you'll think, do you know what, I'll get in my skinny jeans next week. I really want that Prosecco. it's not strong enough to carry you through the tough times. Your skinny jeans will carry you through when you're highly motivated, when you're, on the wagon and you're feeling enthused. In the times that you're not feeling like that, and there will be many times you feel not motivated and uninspired, in the times that's where you are, the skinny jeans are not going to be enough to pull you through. So my why, if you had my children arguing in the background, brilliant. So I've lost my thread now because they're screaming at each other. So your skinny jeans, it won't be a strong enough why. You need a deep rooted why, that basically when you have the Prosecco and the takeaway here, and then you have your why in your mind next to it, you have no choice but to choose your why. So for me, I know that my children will follow along the path that I pave for them. And I know that I've been up and down with my weight, and I have struggled with my weight all my life. And I knew I needed to sort this out and pave a better path for them to walk behind me on. Now, when I had the Prosecco, and hang on, I'm just doing a little video, baby. When I had the Prosecco and the takeaway here, and then this why of paving a better future for my children, because I didn't want them to go through the pain and struggles that I'd been through, there were no choice in my mind, because as much as I wanted that Prosecco, I needed to do that more for my children. So that is what you need to do. You need your why to be really strong. You need to change your mindset about the scales. And you just need to see the lessons in this journey. See it as a journey to develop your body and to develop your mind. Because if you just focus on your body, at the times when you get presented with challenges for your mind to develop, you will see it as a sign that you should quit. When really, the times that we want to quit are the times where we're just before a massive breakthrough. But most people, they go, nah, can't do it. Don't want to do it, it's too hard, and they don't get to that next level. If you just push through, imagine that your fat is, imagine it as a person, your fat is hanging on the edge of a cliff and its fingers are bleeding. It's gonna hang on to you. It's hanging on for dear life. It don't want to leave you. So some weeks it won't leave you, but the fingers of the fat are bleeding. So what's going to happen if you just keep going? Eventually the fingers are going to let go and the fat is going to fall off, and you have to see it like that. There was another thing and I can't remember what the other thing was. So let me think. So your why, the scales, not a clue. I'll do another video if I remember, but just keep going and just keep your mind straight in it. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you've got. It will either get you there or it will sabotage you. And we've all got 95% of our mind is subconscious, and we are programmed to do the things that we're doing now. You have to consciously drag yourself into a different way of doing it. If you think that Saturdays are associated with wine and food, you have to consciously tell yourself that you can have fun and you can you can go to these places without all these things. And over time and repetition, your brain will come on board and it will start realizing this. Now, oh yes, the other thing I was going to say, one thing that really helped me get my head around the scales was that there's been research done that shows that 3,500 calories over your weekly intake is the equivalent to 1 pound of fat. So if you fall off the wagon and then you get on the scales and it goes, you've gained 5 pounds, that is absolutely not true. Because in order to gain 5 pounds, you would have had to have had 5 times 3,500. Now, if I could do maths, I would work it out. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17,500 calories over your weekly intake. There's no chance. It's virtually impossible. So it's water weight. And once I got my head around this, so like now I'm at maintenance, every Monday I weigh and I'm about 4 pounds heavier, but I know in my mind that I have not had that amount of calories, so it's not real weight, and sure enough, by Friday I've lost all 4 pounds and I'm back to where I was. But in the past I'd look at that and think, oh my gosh, I've ruined it, and then I'd feel bad, and because I felt bad I'd act bad. How we feel determines how we act, and how we act determines what results we get. So we have to be really consciously aware of our thoughts. you know, and turn them around. I say to a lot of people, do you know what? Wear a bobble around your wrist, and every time you think something negative about yourself or about the plan or about your diet, like, oh, I can't do this, it's rubbish, ping the elastic band around your waist and say the exact opposite. Force yourself. It'll feel fake, you won't believe it, but force yourself to say it, because even though you don't believe it, your subconscious mind is listening. So I hope this has helped. It's really, really hard, like I say, to do one video about mindset, but these are a few little nuggets of information that I hope will help you along your journey. You've got this. Just remember why you're doing it. Like I said, get a really deep-rooted why, so that in the tough times it'll drag you through, and day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, you will get there. And if the other thing, one more thing before I go, if I used to tell myself, if I told myself I can't do something, it made me want to rebel. I'm a bit like that now anyway. So what I used to say if I was really struggling, I used to go, Stacey, do you know what? If you want this tomorrow, you can have it. If you still want it tomorrow, you can have it. But for today, I'm going to choose to stick to it. And that settled me. And I thought, do you know what? I'll have it tomorrow if I still want it. And I'd wake up the next day and be so relieved I'd not had it, that it would drive me forward. And if I felt the same again the next day, I'd be like, do you know what? One more day. If I still want it tomorrow, I'll have it. But today I'm choosing my diet and I'm sticking to it. And that really, really helped me, because we all have an internal rebellion. And even if we're telling ourselves that we can't, the word can't naturally makes you want to fight against it. So change it around. You can have all of these things. You can have a drink on a Saturday. You can have a takeaway. But you're choosing your diet because you're choosing a better life for yourself. And start saying it like that. Take away the word can't from your vocabulary and change it around. Also, take away the word try, because the minute that you say, I'm going to try to do this, you subconsciously give yourself a get out. I used to say, I am going to stick to this diet. I am going to do 3 months solid without going off this diet. I am going to get to Monday and I've stuck to my diet all weekend. Because if I say I'm going to try to stick to my diet on Saturday, guess what? I'm going to give in. So our words determine how we feel. How we feel determines our thoughts, and our thoughts determine how we act. So it starts with our words. Number one, stay positive. Be conscious about how you feel and try to do things that make you feel nice. Self-love, self-care, all of that's really important. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because I could literally talk for hours about mindset. I'll do more videos about little clippets of mindset, but this is just in a nutshell the key things that I think might help you. So good luck with it all. I hope it helped. Bye.